Hello, and welcome back to Tuchopini. Here's a simple question. If you balance a ruler on one finger, there is exactly one spot where it sits perfectly still and doesn't tip. That special spot has a name: the center of mass. And by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to find it for any object, from two simple weights to a solid, oddly shaped body. Here's what we'll be able to do by the end of the lesson. First, you'll be able to say exactly what the center of mass is and why engineers care about it. Second, you'll find it for a set of separate weights, using nothing more than a clever average. And third, you'll find it for a solid body by adding up infinitely many tiny pieces with an integral. So what is it, really? The center of mass is the one point that moves as if every gram of the object was squeezed into that single spot. Why do engineers love this idea? Throw a spanner spinning across the room. Every corner of it wobbles in a complicated way, but its center of mass, the red dot, traces one smooth, simple curve. That lets us replace a messy, tumbling object with a single moving point. Let's build this with real numbers. Two children on a line, one at position 2, one at position 6. For now, say they weigh the same, equal weights, so the balance point is just the ordinary average. Add the positions, divide by 2. That's 4, right in the middle. Now make the child at 6 much heavier, 6 kilograms. Your gut says the balance point should slide towards the heavy side. To make the maths respect that, each position is weighted by its mass. Mass times position on top, total mass on the bottom. That gives 5, past the middle, pulled towards the heavy child. Exactly right. In symbols, that's the formula for the center of mass of two objects. Mass times position, shared over the total mass. Nothing new, it's the weighted average you just watched. Here's the problem. A solid rod isn't separate objects. It's one continuous piece. We can't list every atom. So we cheat, cleverly. We chop the rod into thin slices. Each slice is now like one of our separate weights, a small mass at a position. With 8 slices, we can use the very same weighted average. Thinner slices give a better answer. More and more, thinner and thinner, towards infinitely many. And that is the whole secret. Add up infinitely many tiny slices, and the sum sign becomes an integral sign. The integral is the same weighted average, just for infinitely many pieces. The last piece is turning dm, a tiny bit of mass, into something we can integrate. For a rod, dm is lambda dx, mass per length, times the tiny length. For a sheet, sigma dA, mass per area, times the tiny area. Master that, and every example is plug and play. A uniform rod of length L. Predict first. Where's the balance point? The middle, of course. Let's watch the maths agree, one line at a time. Step 1. A tiny slice's mass is lambda dx, the mass per length, times the slice's length. Uniform means lambda is the same everywhere. Step 2. The total mass. Add every slice from 0 to L. Mass per length times total length is simply lambda L. Step 3. The top of the average. Position times slice mass added up. But what is the integral of x dx? It's just an area. The integral of x is the area under the line y equals x, a right triangle with base L and height L. Half base times height gives 1/2 L squared. Put it together. Top over total mass. The lambdas cancel and out comes 1/2 L. The middle, exactly as we predicted. Now the same rod, but the density grows along it. Lambda equals alpha x. It gets heavier towards the far end. So predict. The balance point should shift past the middle towards the heavy side. First, the total mass. Integrate alpha x to get alpha L squared over 2. Then the top of the average. X times dm gives alpha L cubed over 3. Divide the two. The alphas cancel again, and the answer is 2/3 L. Same rod, but loading the far end has dragged the center of mass from 1/2 to 2/3 of the way along. That single comparison is the whole idea of center of mass. Let's step up to a flat shape, a triangular sheet with base A and height B. Predict first. It's fat at the base, thin at the tip, so the balance point should sit nearer the wide base. A thin vertical strip has height y equals b over a times x, so dm is sigma y dx. The total mass is sigma times the triangle's area, 1/2 AB. Put it together and integrate x squared across the base. Out comes 2/3 of the way from the tip, right by the wide base. Intuition wins again. The very same recipe handles a semicircular sheet of radius A, only the shape of the slice changes, and gives a center of mass 4a over 3 pi up from the flat edge. Let's close the loop. The center of mass is the balance point. For separate objects, we use a weighted average. For a solid body, we integrate, turning dm into lambda dx, or sigma dA. And it's always measured in meters. Now it's your turn. Pause the video and find the balance point of a seesaw carrying a 40 and a 60 kilogram child, 3 meters apart. Drop your answer in the comments. And if this made center of mass click, subscribe to Tuchopini for the next lesson.